There's a bizarre twist in that Shawshank Redemption-like prison break in New Jersey. The guard taunted in a note left behind by the two prisoners who escaped. That guard committed suicide. You might remember the two cons, Otis Blunt and Jose Espinoza, broke out of prison by chiseling holes in their prison cells. They removed a couple of pieces of cinder block, crawled out, jumped to a rooftop, then climbed a 30-foot barbed wire fence. The note they left behind, a sarcastic thank you letter mocking the guard. They say he provided them the tools. He then committed suicide on the day he was to testify in front of a prison commission. Can these two fugitives be charged in connection with his death? Joining us now, Lawton Cummings. She's a law professor at Washington and Lee University in Virginia. Also with us, criminal defense attorney Royce Russell. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Lawton, I imagine none of this could happen until they catch these guys, and they haven't yet. But do you see the prospect of them facing charges because this guy committed suicide?
Absolutely. The state could definitely make out a case for felony murder here. Under the felony murder doctrine, if a victim dies as a result of something that the defendant did while committing or fleeing from a felony, like prison break, then the defendant is liable for that death as a murder.
The report is that he was a by-the-book jail guard, had a 14-year unblemished career. All of a sudden this happens. They not only blame him, they taunt him about it, and he ends up, putting a gun to his head and committing suicide. Would you, if you were a prosecutor, take that case to court?
I would. I think that these people definitely put this into motion. It was part of their felony, and the purpose of the felony murder doctrine is to deter felonies like this. We want to add extra punishment to make sure that people don't commit crimes such as prison break, kidnapping, and robbery. So we add the extra punishment that if someone dies while you're doing that, then you're on the hook for it.
All right, Royce, you're the criminal defense attorney. Would you take the case?
Oh, I would love to defend them in this case. I mean, this is a case that I would salivate to be those two defendants' defense counsel, because the analysis that we have heard and the talk that is going on is clearly classroom talk. It's not courtroom talk. I mean, you talk about felony murder, a murder that takes place during the felony. This didn't take place during the felony. The note is left sometime thereafter. It's not discovered. And, in all due respect to this officer and his career, but did anybody ever give thought that maybe, possibly, just a little bit, 1% of the 100% that you need, that maybe this officer had something to do with it? I mean, no one is giving that type of analysis. So if we take this analysis one step further, if I were to get a divorce and I were to leave a note for my wife, and all of a sudden she decides that she wants to kill herself because of this divorce, can I be sued for wrongful death because the note I left caused her some type of trauma, caused her some type of pain, caused her to take her own life? I think this is the type of analysis that, yeah, a prosecutor can go forward with, but as far as a defense attorney and just a kid from the Bronx, the juror would say, hey, look, where's the nexus? I don't see it.
Well, but this happened. He committed suicide on the day he was supposed to testify to the commission that was investigating how they broke out. And again, he had a 14-year unblemished record, was supposedly Mr. By the Book when it comes to running that jail cell.
Yeah, but you take what you just said. He died on the day that he's supposed to go before the commission in reference to this. He did not die during the escape. He did not die in trying to capture these individuals. He died basically pursuant to this investigation because he feared going before the commission.
Lawton, 10 seconds for the last word.
Okay, first of all, even if he was involved, a felon is still liable for the death of their co-felon under felony murder. Secondly, with divorces, that's not a felony. We don't want to deter divorces. We want to deter prison breaks.
All right. Thanks to both of you. Royce Russell,
John.
Lawton Cummings. Interesting debate.